Yes, I've seen the original production, which was in Zurich, in Germany. Because Yasmina told me that she had written the play for the director who directed it in Zurich, Jürgen Gosch. And he wanted her to write a play for him to open his season there. So she had written this in 4 months. Roman and Yasmina wrote a specific version for the movie. Of course it's the play, or it's like the play, but it's not as it is on stage. I like movies that just play in a confined space. Now, I wouldn't say this is Roman's specialty, but I've seen movies of Romans that did play in confined spaces, and they were fabulous. I don't know whether I necessarily thought it was cinematic, but in connection with Roman's name, it certainly was. You know, as a confinement is not necessarily an attraction. But the fact that it was these specific three actors that I was promised to be working with, made it interesting because I trusted that they were all, you know, well versed in their craft and civilized, intelligent, well mannered. So the confinement did not become a hindrance or an obstacle. Absolutely, yeah. Well, we were trying out various versions, possibilities, options, you know, and then we kind of sort of narrowed down, and we're still rehearsing, you know. In this case, it might have even be indispensable. In other cases, it should be at least possible to have an extended period of time to not just get used to one another, but to actually play with the material, because you don't ever really get to try out sort of extreme things in a shoot, because you know it's going to be in the movie. And if you have an extended period of rehearsal, you can experiment, and you can try stuff that you know you won't do it like that in the end, but either to get it out of your system or to maybe use it as a stepping stone to something else. On a regular shoot, you don't have that time. The other day there was a little discord, you know, and Roman said, "Look, don't tell me I've been doing this job for 60 years, and there's no arguing with it." You know, Roman doesn't make any mistakes. He made his first movie a year before I was born, and I'm not exactly 25 anymore, you know. So what am I? I'm gonna question his choices, you know? This is a guarantee that it will be the right thing to do, whatever he says. It would be my loss not to do what he says. 60 years of experience as a filmmaker, and not exactly a filmmaker that failed with his first few movies, you know. Roman is one of the very, very few who worked throughout 60 years on the top level, not in terms of career, but in terms of craft of filmmaking.